And welcome back to the program. She has been described as a compassionate capitalist. It's a term British entrepreneur Charlotte de Vita is happy with, having spent most of her life promoting ethical trade.
In 1992, she launched Trade Plus Aid to cultivate fair employment and trading in developing nations, and in 2003 furthered the cause with 21st Century Leaders, where celebrities and top newsmakers create artworks to raise funds for the artist's chosen cause.
Well, in recent years, ethical trade has come under the spotlight with concerns raised over working conditions and whether companies implement a code of good practice. With a business that spans globally, we asked Charlotte how she tackles these issues. Good morning, Charlotte. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
Now, you started Trade Plus Aid with a strong emphasis on an ethical trading system. So why do you believe so strongly in this?
Because it gives people the opportunity of a hand up rather than a handout, and it allows us to train people, give them capacity building, give them an opportunity.
Give us an idea on how this works. I mean, on what platforms and how it benefits the communities themselves.
Well, first of all, we ask a celebrity to produce an artwork. So we ask them to draw themselves as a stick person, and then a symbol of hope, a message of hope, and they sign and they date a release form. And then we take that and make, for example, a mug or a plate or a T-shirt. Then we work with the factories to look at their social audits and their environmental audits, look to see where there are improvements, and then work out as a management training between workers and management.
And what was the reason behind getting celebrities involved in this? I mean, where did you get that, seed of idea?
Mr. Mandela asked 36 people to come together to consider ways in which to continue his legacy. And the only way really to get out to a huge demographic of people was to appeal to popular culture, and so we decided to look at that.
It makes it a lot easier because a celebrity drawing a stick figure is a lot easier to sell than just somebody else drawing a stick figure.
Absolutely.
We've got some of the
everybody wants to see George Clooney's stick figure.
This one, I think, is drawing by George Clooney, and the one I'm going to hold up right now is one that Nicole Kidman did for you.
That's
Was
correct.
it easier approaching these celebrities? Were they even interested or knew about the issues?
It was a lot of hard work, but I had a tremendous amount of help from Sam Jackson and from Ewan McGregor, who were just amazing, and took me to their agents and their management, and eventually you get there. George Clooney was good too.
Oh, okay. And since we got to show his, I'll put it next to Pierce Brosnan, just so we can catch both of that.
My goodness, look at the details that Pierce Brosnan has on his cup. But has this not marketing, but has the strategy of reaching out to the public worked, I mean, in many ways?
Yes, definitely. The intention onto the website is massive. The sales are fabulous, and people are really moved by it. And I think what it does is because, at the beginning people say, oh, it's not really for me, and then they say, oh, I really like that one. And we've got such a wide selection of people now, 660 celebrities and members of sort of Nobel Peace Prize winners, musicians, etc. have signed up. So there's someone for everyone.
Just out of curiosity, how much are these mugs?
$36, and they're in Takashimaya in the basement.
36 Singapore dollars. And you can find it on the shops here in Singapore. But let's talk a bit about how it all started, because you have quite an interesting story. I mean, it kind of fell into place. I mean, you were sick and you were in Ghana, and as a result of these people helping you, you wanted to give back, and that was sort of how it all began, right?
That's right. I wanted to give them a gift, and I found out that their soil had eroded and they had a impending famine, and I had £800 travel money, which is nothing at home, but $1,600 or whatever it is, US dollars. But I wanted to give them something, and they refused to take the present, and so I asked what I could do, and eventually I found someone who was carving some items, and so I asked if they could produce these for me to take home, and then they accepted the money. And that's how it started, the idea of trading with a community rather than actually giving them a donation.
I guess this actually works better because it's not only sustainable, but I think you mentioned before that such transactions actually allow both sides to deal with dignity and perhaps with respect as well, instead of just donating, here you
Absolutely.
go, you need the money, I'll give it to you, I have the money. It's not on that kind of basis.
And they gain a lot of confidence, especially when you come back and say, hey, I need a whole lot more, it's sold really well. They're like, wow, people are buying my stuff,
Definitely, that's exactly what happened, yes. It gives them a lot of pride and a lot of dignity and respect.
But how do you make sure ethical trade, you know, the conditions are adhered to? I mean, you know, that there are ethical standards that you need to meet. What do you do to make sure these are being met and not exploited?
Well, it's partly experience. I've been working in China since I was 16 years old, and in Africa and all over Asia as well. But we have excellent consultants, really, really good people on the ground, and it's all down to them, really.
So what do you hope, or what do you feel needs to be done now? Which is an area where you feel is still falling far short of, you know, your expectations?
I think environmental sustainability and climate change issues. And I'd really like to sort of see corporations all over the world look at how they can contribute, both with their employees, but also with their manufacturing processes.
It's amazing to meet someone like you who has great energy in pursuing not only just in one area, but just in all areas that will benefit the community, and I guess, you know, if you go beyond that, the world in a sense. Where do you get that inspiration? What motivates you to, you know, keep going down this direction?
I've always had it, I don't know. I was brought up by a very unusual father, and sadly he died when I was quite young. But when you go to Africa, if I take anyone, or some of the places I go to, it's a complete honour to help people, and it's very inspiring. I never, you know, I just wake up every morning and know that this is what I want to do, and I think I'm quite privileged in that way. And if I could take everybody there and show you how easy it is to make a difference and how rewarding it is, I think everybody would do it.
How has the community in Africa responded to you? I mean, what are the kind of feedbacks that you get from them?
Oh, it's amazing when you arrive. I mean, if you built a school in a community, you know, you arrive there, you get out of the Land Rover, and 750 kids come to greet you. It's just mind-blowing, the whole thing. It's really wonderful.
And I guess it doesn't really take a lot from us to be able to contribute and to play a part in such a process.
Not at all. I mean, you can save a life for $1.20, you know, with malaria tablets or whatever it might be. We can make an extraordinary difference with not very much.
Are there ways that non-celebrities can also take part in, you know, whatever you're doing and contribute?
Absolutely, buy the products.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what they're there to do.
Yeah, buy the product, spread the word, talk about it. That's always a great way to help get the message across.
Yes.
Thank you, Charlotte. For
Thank
coming
you.
This morning, British entrepreneur Charlotte de Vita, founder of Trade Plus, a charitable trust.
On that note, we're going to take off for a quick break, but keep it right here on the channel. There's still lots more here. We'll see you.